Today we're going to keep doing some work with percentages, but instead of finding quantities, what we're going to be doing is finding percentage increase and percentage decrease. So the learning intention for this lesson is to develop our ability to calculate percentage increases and decreases. So you need to be able to find the change in the value. So there's a starting value and an ending value. So you need to figure out how much that value's changed. Then you need to write this as a fraction of what the starting value was. And then sometimes you'll need to perform inverse operations, okay, depending on what the question's asking. For our first value, we've got $20 and it's going to become $36. Okay, so the first step is to determine the amount that it's changed. So this might be like something that was for sale and then they've made it more expensive, okay? That's kind of the scenario that we're talking about. So we need to figure out what the change in value has been, okay? So to work that out, we need to go 36 take away 20, and that'll give us a change of 16, okay? So what we can say is it's gone up $16. Okay, so that's the first step, all right? The second thing that we need to do is write this as a fraction of what we started at. So this was step 1. Then step 2, we're going to go 16 over 20 because we started at 20, okay? And we need to turn this into a percentage, okay? We already know that we're going to divide it and then we're going to times it by 100. So it's going to be 16 divided by 20 times by 100, and that will give me the amount that it's changed, okay? So I'm going to go 16 divided by 20 times 100, and that gives me an 80% increase. So we can say that whatever is being sold here has gone up 80%. All right, so for this next one, we've got something that was $70 and then it becomes $58. So the difference between these two questions, this one's gone up in price, this one's gone down in price. However, we still need to work out the change in value. So we started at 70 and it's gone down to 58. So if I go 70 minus 58, it's gone down 12. So what I can say, it's a decrease of $12 opposed to an increase, okay? So that's step 1. Step 2, I still need to put this value over my original value, okay? Just because it's going down doesn't mean all of a sudden we don't put it over the starting value, okay? So this is going to be 12 over 70, and then I'm going to times it by 100 because I want to get it as a percentage. Okay, so it's going to be 12 divided by 70 times 100 is what I'm going to type on the calculator. You don't have to write this step if you don't want to, but I like to write the step just so you know exactly what I'm doing. So that's going to give me 17.14% decrease. Okay, so it's gone down 17.14%. And you can see that this is going to be a smaller number because 12 is quite small in comparison to 70. Okay, it's a small number compared to that. So you're going to get a small percentage. Whereas 16 compared to 20 is quite a big number. It's close to 20. So you're going to get a big number here. So that's a way that you can check if your answer makes sense. This time we have a worded question, but we still need to follow the same steps. So a car is bought for $4,750 and then it's sold for $2,500. We need to find the percentage loss. Okay, so the first step is to decide or calculate, the change in value. Okay, so the first step is we're going to go 4,750 and we're going to take away 2,500 to figure out how much has this changed in price. Okay, so that's going to give us $2,250 is what it's gone down in. If you're not sure of that, you can always check it on the calculator. Then the second step is to put the change over the starting price. So we're going to go 2250 over the starting price, and then we're going to times it by 100, okay? So if I do that on the calculator, I'm going to go 2,250 divided by 4,750 times 100, and that's going to give us 47.37%, okay? It's gone down, so it's that much of a percentage loss is what we found, okay? Is the answer to our question. It's a 47.37% loss, okay? Because we started with a value, we lost money, we worked out how much it changed by, we put that over the starting value, times it by 100 to get it as a percentage. So this is the last question that we're going to do. And what we've got is we've got an air conditioner that is being sold by this tradesman for $895. And he's going to make, or she is going to make a 30% profit. So how much did the tradesman pay to buy the air conditioner? Okay, so what we've been told is this tradie has spent an unknown amount. We don't know how much they've spent to buy the air conditioner, okay? But we know that they've made a 30% profit when they sold it for $895, okay? So bought for an amount we don't know, they've bumped the price up 30% to then sell it for $895. So what we can say, if it's gone up 30%, this value here is 130% of what was here, because it's this and a bit more will give us this, okay? So what we actually have is 130% times something we don't know, okay, will give us the $895. So we already know that if we want to do this on the calculator, we need to change this to a decimal, which is going to give us 1.3 as a decimal. I can leave this as a question mark if we like, but I'm going to call it B to explain what we bought it for. This is the buying price, because we're trying to find out how much he paid to buy it. And then this stays as 895. Now this is where we think back to our success criteria. We were told that we need to actually rearrange or use inverse operations to find some of this, okay? So I want to get this B on its own. So I need to get this and move it over this side. So the opposite of multiplying by 1.3 is actually dividing by 1.3. So I'm going to divide by 1.3 on this side, and this will give me what I started with. If I use my calculator, I'm going to go 895 divided by 1.3, and that's going to give us 688.46, okay? So what I can say is the tradie bought the air conditioner for $688.46, okay, because I used my knowledge of percentages and rearranged my formula to get my answer. Okay, so if we think back to our learning intention and success criteria, the success criteria was to find the change in value, to put that as a fraction over the starting value, and then to rearrange to solve and then rearrange if necessary, and use inverse operations to find our unknown value. So if you can do all of those things, then you've met today's success criteria.